What's going on YouTube, and welcome back to the channel. I'm back in the game with another video, so let's go ahead and rock this joint. So Animal from Muppet Babies.
Animal. That's his name actually.
Now some of you know him by the name of Lil Wayne, is out here talking about that the white cops saved his life and that the black cops didn't. Basically, Lil Wayne had an unfortunate situation to happen to him when he was a young man, probably at the age of 12, I believe, where he accidentally shot himself in the chest. And so when the cops arrived to the scene, he says that the black cops ran right past him and he's wounded, right? Fighting for his life. They ran right past him to go and find the actual gun. But the white cop is the one, right, that stopped to check on his condition and actually picked him up and took him to the hospital. And so these comments were made on his podcast. And I guess Lil Wayne was trying to speak up for the white cops that are being vilified at this moment because of the situation that went down with George Floyd. So I guess Lil Wayne felt compelled to come out and to defend his close counterparts. And those counterparts are the white people, because Lil Wayne has took the position lately that all lives matter. All right. You remember back in 2017, somewhere around that time, where Lil Wayne was asked about Black Lives Matter, and Lil Wayne was like, all lives matter, and that he's not going to turn his back on the white community because those are the ones that buys his records. I mean, he even went so far to tell the actual person that was interviewing him to not come to him with that BS talking about Black Lives Matter. I mean, I remember the interview in its totality. But anyway, let me go ahead and play you the clip of Lil Wayne talking about how the white cop saved his life and what he thinks about cops in general and things of that nature. And then I'll be back to break it all down.
I was saved by... my life was saved when I was young. I was like 12 or something, I think. Shot myself. I was saved by a white cop, Uncle Bob. So you have to understand from therefore, you have to understand the way I view police, period. I was saved by a white cop. There was a bunch of black cops jumped over me when they saw me at that door, laying on the floor with that hole in my chest. He refused to. Those black cops jumped over me and ran through the crib and said, well, we found the gun, we found this, we found that. He said, I found this baby on this floor. I need to get to a hospital. He didn't wait for an ambulance. He took his car. He made somebody drive it. And he made sure that I lived. Now that's Uncle Bob and Uncle Bob's story. I'm from New Orleans, 17 Holly Grove. We have a thing called Jump Out Boys, uptown New Orleans. That's the police. They pull up on you, they already got their door cracked. They already got the door, that's why we call them Jump Out Boys. Cause soon as they you might think that's just a police car driving up the block. Nah, they about to stop, boom, and they like, it look like, you ever seen a clown car when a clown could pull up in a small car and like 30 of them get out the car, like 30 that's how it be, like a one small police car pull up, but they got the door, both doors cracked on both sides. Pop, soon as they stop, they jump out. So many of them jump out and they ain't coming running after you to come to ask you what's your name and how you doing and how's your day. No, they're not coming and running after you for that. They don't have the door cracked for nothing. And it's not like they're not driving into a war or nothing. They're just driving into a neighborhood. Why the doors need to be cracked? I'm not sure. But that's what we grew up going through. Things like that. So when I see you want to speculate about me, consider that as well. Consider I've witnessed these type of things. Like, this is what I've witnessed, is what I grew up seeing. You know what I mean? So now I'll tell you to another situation. A couple of days ago, I'm on my plane, private plane, mind you. Thank God. I spend so much for that. And I work hard for what I'm able to spend on that. Now, I had a pilot. I pay my pilots. Obviously, it's a private plane. So, I had a situation on my plane. Pilot so happens to be Caucasian. I go up there to talk to him. He tells me, get out of the aisle and go back to your seat. He must have thought he was flying United Airlines or something. He must have forgot that was my plane. He must have totally forgot. And I think what happened is he did forget. He forgot what was going on. And you know what happened though? He had police waiting for me when we landed. Waiting for my ass. But thank God the police they didn't forget what was going on. And they let me go ahead home. So just so you want, before you want to speculate about anything, understand that I go through situations too, and we all got our situations. So we don't judge no one for no reason, for how or whatever. Don't judge. Do you help out in any kind of way you want to help out, any kind of way you can. We're gonna only win it together. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Young Money Radio. Thank you for tuning in, however you did.
All right, so you guys heard what Lil Wayne had to say in regards to the situation where a white cop by the name of Uncle Bob saved his life when he shot himself accidentally in the chest at the age of 12. Now, Lil Wayne said not to judge anyone, not to judge nobody, but he judged Black Lives Matter back in 2016 when he was asked about the support of Black Lives Matter, and he made it clear that he supported the fact that all lives matter. So he let you know right then and there that he wasn't standing in solidarity with the African American race. So when you really listen to his statement, he's basically saying that he's not looking at white cops as being bad cops because he was saved by a white cop, and that the experiences that he's had is that the black cops have always been the one that were very harassing, didn't care that he shot himself at the age of 12 and things of that nature. Now, I will say this. I understand where Wayne is coming from in a sense, because to be honest, when I was living in Atlanta and I had my run-ins with the police, they were all African Americans and they were the worst, I'm telling you. And in other situations, I've been stopped by white cops, right? And I've had alcohol in the car and things of that nature and other things that I shouldn't have had. And I was told that I could go. So in my situation, I have had more white cops to look out for me than black cops. So, and I'm just keeping it all the way 100. But the difference between me and Wayne is, even though I haven't had any bad experiences with white cops, doesn't mean that I can't stand in solidarity with my brothers and sisters and fight the good fight in hopes to affect change, right? In our legal system, right? The systemic oppression that exists. Also, the racial injustice. You know, I'm going to stand beside my brothers and sisters. And just because I've had bad situations to happen to me involving black cops and involving just regular dudes and chicks in the neighborhood when you're growing up as a kid in the projects or whatever, and you just have bad experiences. You know, everybody is trying to get out the ghetto and everybody's trying to get ahead of you. And so that is what creates the crime. That is what creates the beef between black people, and the system put us in that predicament, but they want to blame us for, you know, the high crime that is in the black community when you don't give us any resources and we're forced to get it how we live. What do you think is going to happen in an area that has a lot of people that are living the same quality of lifestyle, which is not having that much to live off of? Your parents are living check to check basically, and some are living off the system. So what do you think is going to happen, you know, to an area that has some of the same individuals with the same struggle, crime? And so you have people of different races and people within your own race that have made it say that you can make it. I did it, but you know, you can't say that really, because most people won't be afforded the same opportunities that you were, or most people are not willing to do what you did to get to where you are, and that sell themselves out. So you just have a whole lot of situations where I think that when certain black people grow up and how they were treated in their neighborhoods, if they were brought up in an all black neighborhood, coupled with the fact that they feel that, you know, white people are treating them better than their own community, this is where you get the people within our community that stand with them, that say, hey, there's no problem. There's no problem with racism in this country. You know, the problems I had when I was growing up, all I had was black people to beat me up, talk about me, run my name through the dirt and things of that nature. Or in Lil Wayne's case, he had a white cop to save him, and the 5 other cops didn't even offer to see if he was okay. So I think a lot of black people have a disdain for their own race when they get help from white people. They turn off the sensitivity level to their own people because of how they've been treated. All right. But what Lil Wayne has to realize, right, is the fact that even though you had those bad experiences with those African American cops, you can't be selfish and just turn off, or turn a blind eye to what's going on within your community. Just because a white cop helped you doesn't mean that you can't call other white cops out for doing harm to our community. It's almost like Wayne is standing, with his chest stuck out in solidarity with white people just because he was saved by a white cop. And this lets me know that when he was like, all lives matter and don't come to me with that Black Lives Matter BS, it's because Lil Wayne has had a better relationship with white people than he's had with black people. Look at how Baby did him financially. So I think a lot of things are turning Lil Wayne away from his own race. And also there was a lady that just exposed Lil Wayne that she had a relationship with him. Her name is Kimberly Rose, and apparently they had a relationship in Miami or whatever. So she said that, Lil Wayne would ask to bring another girl in the relationship or whatever, but he only wanted her to bring home white women. So I'm just letting you know, Lil Wayne has did a complete shift. He's definitely not standing with black folks in solidarity. And I don't care whatever issues I had in the past with my black brothers and sisters and the things that I've encountered with African American police. I'm not going to turn my back on my race. I stand in solidarity with my race. I stand in solidarity with other races that believe in the equality that African Americans should be afforded. But anyway, Lil Wayne is a weak soul. He's a lost one. We don't need no weak individuals over here, so I'd rather him stay over there. All right, let him stay where he is. If you can't put your differences aside, no matter what type of encounters that you had with your community, that will not or should not force you to be a damn. That's just my opinion. That's just how I feel about it. It is what it is. We should all come together and fight for the greater good of this community. We deserve equality. We deserve an equal playing field. And we got people out here like Lil Wayne that has a big audience, that has somewhat of a voice, but chooses not to use his voice for the betterment of his own people. But anyway, I'm gonna let this go and let y'all have that in the comments. Drop down and let a brother know what you think about the commentary within this video. Let me know what you think about Lil Wayne comments about, he was saved by a white cop and the five black cops, just ran past him. They didn't care that he shot himself in the chest and things of that nature. Let me know what you think in its totality, all right? Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll get with you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Peace.
Negative.